Welcome to the show. I'm Danella, and here's what's happening now. As Irma leaves a path of destruction in the Caribbean, Florida braces for direct impact. I'm going to talk about evacuations as well as an update from the airlines there. Now, Trump Jr., he's on deck in political pop, right where he belongs. And also, here's some advice that Putin is giving the U.S., and this is on the eve of another nuclear test provided by none other than North Korea. But first, no allergies. You may not have me. They try and take me down. They can't take me down. No allergies. You can't turn into a cold because I have important work to do. So please, bear with me if you hear any congestion or some itchy throat or something. I'm fighting through this. You bear with me. Sorry for that in advance. All right, now let's get into the show. Important show today. All right, so Florida is preparing for direct impact from Irma, and they're saying now that this may be bigger than Hurricane Andrew. And I remember Hurricane Andrew, and it was devastating. So I can't imagine the possible impact of Hurricane Irma. And they're expecting it, as you're watching this, I'm sure, to go right up through the center of Florida. So yeah, mass evacuations. Here's who's evacuating so far. The evacuations include Miami-Dade County, Broward County, Palm Beach County, Monroe County. That's a home of the Florida Keys. Major. Lots of people are leaving. They are also, we're seeing this all over the place. Huge congestion, long waits for gas. Yeah. And unfortunately, some people aren't able to leave. And so I heard about one of the shelters there. Hats off to them. They're going to stay, and they're preparing to take in the people that don't have the money to evacuate. Very expensive. Flights are also very expensive at this time. The airlines are saying that they're not price gouging, but you know, if you're trying to get a flight out, $3,000 today. It's crazy. But talking about, let's go back to what the governor warns real quick, because today is really the last day that they're saying that if you want to get out, this is the last day that you can get out. The governor's warning that do not wait until tomorrow or Sunday. He says that'll be too late. We cannot save you when the storm starts. So, and if you're in an evacuation zone, you need help. The time to help is now. So allow them to help you right now. Remember, we can rebuild your home. We cannot rebuild your life. And it's crazy to think that this is on the heels of Harvey. I mean, shoot, Houston, parts of Texas still flooding. And to think that Irma is going to come in even stronger. Crazy. Here's a flight update, sticking with Irma real quick. So Delta Airlines said that it added flights out of Miami, Fort Lauderdale, and Key West to Atlanta. Also, the airline is allowing passengers affected by Irma to change your flights if you need to without worrying about a change of flight fee. So that's great. Also agreeing to that, American Airlines and United Airlines. And I know that several people, I know personally several people were planning to go to Florida either for weddings or vacations in the upcoming week, and now they're going to have to cancel the plan. So it's good to know that the airlines are not going to charge you a fee for that. So that's great. Keep in mind, American Airlines, for any travelers that are last minute thinking, I might try to leave today, they're winding down flights by this afternoon. So keep that in mind. And they're also predicting, they've said it already, that their flights should be canceled for all of the upcoming week. So keep that in mind. Also, I tweeted about this early this morning. Folks in Mexico woke up to the largest earthquake in a century. So far, 8.1 magnitude. That's what they're reporting right now. It hit about 600 miles off of the coast of Mexico. But folks all the way up in Mexico City felt that impact. Yeah. It also created tsunami waves. Some were 3 feet, some were as tall as 10 feet. Yeah, a lot to pray for. So praying for the people that are in the wake of Irma, the people that are going to be affected by Irma, and also praying for the folks in Mexico City. They're really nervous about what they'll find because it hit really in the early morning hours while people were still sleeping. Now, let's talk about this. Equifax hacked. Did you hear about this? 143 million people here in the U.S. Wait a second. Between May and July of this year, hackers hacked the website. Here's what they got: social security numbers, names, birth dates, addresses, and in some cases, driver license numbers. Also access credit card numbers. This is for 209,000 people here in the US. Also access limited people. This is in British and Canadian residents. So limited hacking there. That is out of control. So make sure you check, all your information. Keep checking your credit cards and things like that, just in case you're one of the people that has been hacked. Now we're going to head over and talk about what's happening here in Washington, D.C. This is some good news. I definitely think so. Happened this week. The Washington National Cathedral has said that it's going to remove 2 of its stained glass windows honoring Confederate General Robert E. Lee and also Stonewall Jackson. This is after 2 years of deliberation. I'm going to add a finally after that. Now it's time for Political Pop, sponsored by Quick Feet Soccer. If you're in the Maryland, D.C., Virginia area and you'd like to sign your child up for October classes, head over to quickfeetsoccertraining.com. And now let's get into Political Pop, starring Trump Jr. So yeah, Trump Jr. yesterday was testifying in front of the Senate Judiciary Committee. First it was, before he testified, it was, no, I never met with Russians. Then it was, well, I did meet with the Russians and, we just talked about adoptions. Now it's, well, I did meet with the Russians and, I wanted to see if Hillary Clinton was fit to serve as president. Yeah, so that's what he admitted the other day. And here's what's interesting. He also added that if, he went to this meeting and received any information, he would have ran it past his lawyer, And then that definitely indicates that he knows that that would have been illegal. Yeah, like if you got information and then you wanted to run it past your lawyer before releasing it, then it's shady, guy. Yeah, let me tell you what also he said. I wanted to just quote this exactly. He said that the meeting provided no meaningful information. Did it? Did it? I'll keep following it because that's your Political Pop. Now, on to In Our World. I want to talk to you about Putin and his advice for America. And what I'd like to call, hey America, stop playing reindeer games with North Korea. That's what I call it. Yeah, Vladimir Putin was at an Eastern Economic Forum. He was alongside the president of South Korea, the prime minister of Japan, and the president of Mongolia there. During this conference, he was unusually outspoken. He had a lot to say. He said, it's a provocation from North Korea. It's obvious. Now, this is how he responds to North Korea testing its 6th missile launch. Okay? He says that they count on a specific reaction from the partners, and they get it. Why are you playing along with it? Have you ever thought about it? I have to kind of agree with him. Why are we, Trump amping up his Twitter rants? Why amp up your Twitter rants? But here's also what he's upset about. He's saying no amount of pressure will force North Korea to give up its nuclear program. And you know what? Both China and Russia agree on this. They want more dialogue. They don't want stronger sanctions. And did you hear about the sanctions that we want? They're pretty steep. Here's what we want. We want to freeze the assets of Kim Jong-un and members of the Workers' Party of North Korea. We want to fully freeze all of the oil to North Korea. We want to ban textile imports from North Korea. And get this, ban the workers from being able to make money overseas. Putin feels that hurts the people more than it does the government. Yeah, and the situation is only going to heighten because why? Tomorrow is a holiday in North Korea. And what does North Korea like to do on the holidays? They like to parade a lot of weapons and test missiles. That's what they like to do. So South Korea is warning that there'll possibly be another test on Saturday. And you know what I think is going to happen on Saturday? Our first initial response will be a press conference held on Twitter. And with so much going on, I mean, please, FEMA, we're hoping later today that FEMA will be able to get some of the money that they're asking for, because I'm sure you've heard about this, that FEMA is running out of money. I mean, clearly, Harvey has been huge. Harvey is huge. They're still dealing with rains and flooding left over. And then now, in lieu of Irma coming, you know, FEMA needs even more money. So Congress today is hoping to pass a bill to release funds as well as raise the debt ceiling for about 3 months. We'll see if they pass that, what's going to happen. But there's so much on our plate financially that we really need to focus on. And another war isn't financially what we need to be focused on. You know, that's how I feel. Before we wrap up the show, I want to give some great news. I found this out yesterday. This is actually good news, and it really touches my heart because I mean, one, it's involving my friend that's passed away, Corporal Stephen Ballard. Yeah, here's the great news, is that an anonymous couple, donated $100,000 to Delaware State University, $100,000 in his honor. And it's also to help fellow students pursue his passion of criminal justice. And it's so beautiful. Here's what the donors said. They said, "We've never met Corporal Stephen Ballard, but learned of his compassionate and noble nature after his passing. It is in our..." Ooh, God, sorry. Getting a little emotional. God, I miss my friend so much. Sorry about that. Give me a second. Sorry. It is in our sincere hope that others who are following his path may be guided by a similar passion to unify and protect communities. And that is so passionate to me because, especially because we see so many, just a huge disconnect, right, between police and our community. A huge disconnect. And so it's just amazing to me that this couple is putting out money so others who want to connect the community may do so. This scholarship is offered to encourage and support individuals who strive to continue lighting the path towards strong but compassionate justice. Such as that which Corporal Ballard embodied. Sorry guys, I did not know that was going to happen. This is really just tears of joy. Tears of joy because, man, yeah, it's been difficult with the loss of Stephen, you know, his wife, my very, very dear friend, and also the godmother of my son. She's been super, super strong, and it's just such a blessing to see such good come. And again, from anonymous donors. So how can people get the scholarship? Okay, so the scholarship will start next year. It'll be it will be given to juniors or seniors of Delaware State, and preference to people that are financially with financial hardships, and also who are interested in criminal justice. So the scholarship will favor those individuals, and it'll be given in increments, $5,000 each year, totaling $100,000. So, great news! I did it. I didn't know I could make it. Great news. Donors, I don't know who you are, but thank you. Thank you so much for your gift of love, and thank you for blessing so many future students that want to bridge that gap between justice and the community, bridging the gap. So thank you for that. Thank you for allowing them to pursue their passions and their dreams. So that wraps up our show for today. Hey, a little bit of more good news. Okay, if you love political pop and you love R&B, well, head over to soulcityradio.com. They are a 24-hour internet station, and what they do, they're dedicated to independent artists in neo-soul, soul music, R&B, and jazz. And I'm there weekdays giving you political pop. Perfect combination. So with that, stay blessed, stay safe, and I'll see you next week.